increasing population and the rapid pace of development has led to a severe pressure on natural resources. On the outskirts of Bangalore city, India's largest IT hub, life seems calm and tranquil. Ramnagaram, popularly known as the Silk Town, is about 60 kilometers off Bangalore. It is nestled in a landscape dominated by huge granitic monoliths, punctuated by fields, scrub, and thickets. There is little wonder thus that this striking landscape has been the choice for a number of motion pictures like Sholay, Passage to India, and Gandhi. But this landscape is also home to some magnificent creatures, vultures. Vultures are raptorial birds divided into two groups: Old World vultures, to which also belong eagles, buzzards, and kites, and New World vultures, which are closely related to storks than they are to Old World vultures. Ramnagaram is home to two species of Old World vultures: the endangered but much common Egyptian vulture and the critically endangered long-billed vulture. This population of long-billed vultures is one of the few remaining breeding populations in southern India. Vultures provide the most important yet underappreciated ecosystem service, scavenging. By eating large carcasses, they quickly clean the environment and thus play an important role in nutrient cycling and in reducing contamination by pathogens. But in recent years, this scenario has changed. Vultures, which numbered in millions across South Asia in the early 90s, have today been reduced to less than 10% of their original numbers. The presence of visceral gout in the post-mortemed birds suggested kidney failure, and that is when the veterinary anti-inflammatory drug diclofenac was identified to be the killer. The Hindu culture considers the cow to be sacred, and thus they are not to be consumed after they die. The large number of cattle carcass dumps ensured that livestock became the principal food for the vultures in the Indian subcontinent. Diclofenac bioaccumulates in the vulture's kidney and was diagnosed to be the major cause for the mass population declines in vultures. Most remaining vulture populations outside forests are highly dependent on livestock carcasses for food, but then cattle practices have been changing steadily over the last few decades. In Ramnagaram, we interviewed some locals to understand whether local cattle practices have changed over the years. Interviews with locals revealed that cattle practices had changed and that the number of livestock a person owned earlier was much higher than what one owns today.
ಈಗ ಸತ್ತೋದ್ರೆ ಕೆಲವರು ಗುಂಡಿ ತೋಡಿ ಮಣ್ಣು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಗುಂಡಿ ತೋಡಿ ಏನೋ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ ಬಿದ್ದು ಪದ್ದು ಸತ್ತೋದ್ರೆ ಈ ಕ್ರಿಶ್ಚಿಯನ್ಸು ಈ ಮಾದರಿ ತಮಟೆ ಹೊಡೆಯೋರು ಅವರು ಅವರೇ ನಮ್ಮೂರು ಕುಯ್ಕೋತಾರೆ, ಹೋಗಿ ಕುಯ್ಕೊಂಡು ಅದು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಅದು ಅವರು ತಿಂತಾರೆ ಬನ್ನಿ ಕಾಯಿಗೆ.
ಸರ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಮೊದಲು ಇದು ಹಸು ಏನಾದ್ರು ದನ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸತ್ತರೆ ಆಚೆ ಹಾಗೆ ಬಿಡ್ತಿದ್ರಾ?
ಆಚೆ ಹಾಕೋರು ಈ ತಮಟೆ ಹೊಡಿತಾರಲ್ಲ ಅವರು ಕುಯ್ತ ಮಾಡಿ ಚರ್ಮ ಸುಲ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮಾಂಸ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದ್ರೆ ತಗೊಂಡೋಗಿ ಒತ್ಕೊಂಡೋಗಿ ಮನೇಲಿ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ತಿಂತಾರೆ. ಮಾಂಸ ಏನ ಕೆಟ್ಟೋಗಿದ್ರೆ ಬಿಸಾಕ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಎದ್ದು ಕಾಯಿಗೆ ಚರ್ಮ ಎತ್ಕೊಂಡೋಗಿ ಮಂಡಿಗೆ ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು.
Some locals we interviewed also confirmed that vulture populations have declined over the past few years. Whether it was the effect of the veterinary drug diclofenac or changing cattle practices or a combination of both is difficult to tease apart. As if that was not enough, the vulture habitats are under siege. Quarrying for granite is a major threat to vulture habitats in Ramnagaram. Quarrying just does not disturb the vultures, it destroys their habitat completely. Such barren, lifeless scapes look like some scene from planet Mars. Fueled by the demands of urban infrastructure, this granite journeys from the hills into our cities. Rock climbers from nearby cities of Bangalore and Mysore can inadvertently cause disturbances to roosting and nesting vultures due to their adventurous pursuits. There are also instances where photographers deliberately get very close to nesting vultures. All this might stress the birds and can also lead them to abandon nesting sites for safer places. Recently, a religious group had demanded the creation of a Buddha statue on one of the hillocks called Handigundi, although stiff opposition ensured no such edifice comes up. There is an urgent need to check the illegal sale of cattle diclofenac, which is the most imminent threat to vultures at any point of time. Vulture populations have been decimating steadily, and unless timely action is taken, such last remaining populations have little hope to survive. The need of the hour is to call for a vulture sanctuary in Ramnagaram. Ramnagaram is also home to an array of wildlife, such as leopards, sloth bears, foxes, and hares. There is also a great diversity of insects, bats, and birds. Declaring the area of Ramnagaram as a sanctuary will help protect the sanctity of the place for posterity. Jatayu, or the vulture god, has been associated with our culture and mythology for a long time. But for protecting vultures from the dark clouds of development, we need more than just divine intervention.